there was a monkey in my head smashing. This is my double knitting face.
Writing?
Yeah, which writing duo?
It's suddenly gone corny.
Yes. Which writing? And also as well, I was reading a thing about how the majority of your memories are actually up there. It's just finding.
Right, so...
You can take
I need to...
Should I go?
No, not dressed like that.
And that's actually what the whole point of being a Jedi is about. Once we master the...
You do know Jedis aren't real.
Yes, I do know that. Hey!
Morning.
Maybe it's not.
Maybe it's not where you are. Maybe it's the middle of the night.
Maybe it is. Maybe you're going to sleep listening to the Bakery Bears.
Maybe you are.
Because I know definitely someone who listens to podcasts when he goes to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we do. I bet there's loads. I don't think I've ever watched a podcast whilst we were falling asleep.
Well, I couldn't. It has to be dark.
It's got to be dark.
Yeah, when I'm falling
watch a
asleep.
podcast?
No. When I'm falling asleep.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it never is these days, is it? Because it's light till about midnight during the summer.
Oh, it's just wrong.
What's that all about?
It's wrong. I much prefer it when it gets dark at like 6 o'clock.
Well, no,
6. I tell you what, I really love. I love it when it's dark in the morning.
Well, no, I prefer it when it's... I like light mornings, and then I like it to get dark around sort of 8 o'clock at night. That seems right to me.
I like going out for a run when it's dark when I leave and it's getting light when I get back.
Right.
That's really good.
So that's wintry, isn't it, really?
Well, I don't necessarily mind what... Although I do quite enjoy running when it's cold.
Well, I can imagine that.
Yeah.
It's not nice running when it's really warm, is it?
No, and as much as, you know...
You come back looking like...
Mr. Redman.
It's not that. You're
as red as my shoes.
It's like you're exuding water.
That's called sweating, Kay. Welcome to episode 53.
53.
There we go. Excellent.
You'd miss it if I didn't do it.
It is, of course, the grand final of Knit or Forfeit. It begins today. That's so exciting.
We haven't filmed it yet, so no idea.
What be even more exciting is next episode is our first visit to Harry Potter Land. That sounds like a theme park.
Is it?
Wait, this should be a Harry Potter Land. Oh no, isn't there one? There's one, isn't there, down in London?
There is.
There's the film set that you can go visit, and isn't it?
It's very expensive, I believe. I'm sure. I've got a friend who's been a couple of times, so there's her and her husband and a daughter, and I'm sure she said it was like £100 for the three of them to go.
Goodness.
I could be wrong. I've not checked the website, but I know it's expensive.
But isn't there one? I'm sure there's one in like Disneyland or something.
There is.
Isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Harry Potter World. Is it called that? I don't know. I'm presuming.
Harry Potter Land. That's where we're going to.
Right.
The real place.
Yes.
Yes. So next time it will be our visit to Hogsmeade Station. How exciting. I need to start planning that, actually.
You do?
Yes. So that is going to be epic. But today we started this journey, and it really is a journey. We started this journey about this time last year.
Was it?
And the end of this season of Knit or Forfeit begins right now. So who will win? We will find out later. And, Mrs. Jones,
yes.
One thing we haven't discussed is forfeits.
We haven't.
And I had an idea.
Oh, gosh.
And I wondered what your thoughts are.
Right.
Why don't we throw it open
to
the viewing public?
You could. Yeah, we honestly have not had any conversations about this, have we?
Deliberately, I haven't brought it up because
it's not crossed my mind to think about it yet. But you did say that it's got to be some sort of mammoth forfeit, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because it's
big.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we also do need a grand prize.
That was it. It was the prizes, wasn't it, that I was thinking of? Right.
Yes.
I think I know what I want.
Oh, right. So, do you think that's a good idea?
I think that's a great idea.
So, but
because people know us quite well as far as knitting goes. You know our likes and dislikes and what we enjoy doing and what we don't enjoy doing. So, yeah.
So, should we just... We see all the comments on the YouTube video.
Right.
And we obviously we see all the comments in the Ravelry thread.
Episode thread.
So maybe if we just say if you want to
suggest
a forfeit,
something, yes,
then suggest it either in the Ravelry thread for episode 53 or just down below in the YouTube comments thread. Suggest a forfeit, and what we'll do is we will collate these in time for the next round of Knit or Forfeit.
Right.
And I mean, maybe no one will have any cool ideas. I'm doubting that.
I'm sure they will.
I'm guessing you probably will.
I'm sure you will.
Don't feel under pressure.
You can be as mean as you like to Dan. Be kind to me. That seems like a good plan.
If for some reason no one comes up with any cool ones, then we will announce the forfeits next episode.
Or if all of them are just too mean. Yeah.
Yeah, now look.
Don't be silly about it.
well, there does need to be a certain amount of...
We're not getting Dan knitting like the... What's it called? That great big lace round shawl.
Well, I would do anything.
That Xena still hasn't finished. Xena. You need to get that finished. What's it called? You know which one I mean, don't you?
I'll do anything, me.
Well.
As long as it's related to knitting and...
You heard it here. Dan will do anything related to knitting.
But if you guys, you know how much we love interaction with you guys. So if you can think of anything cool, then do suggest it, and we will review those.
Yes.
And I suppose that the fairest one, the fairest way forward is for us each to then, from the suggestions, you'll select one for me, and I'll select one for you. And if for some reason there are suggestions, we will come up with some for next time.
Yeah.
So, but that's all for later on in the show. Summer of Socks going rather well.
Really well. We've got over 400. I looked this morning, finished pairs of socks. That's just amazing, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. And we are, it's only July, isn't it? Is it July?
Yes.
So we've got all of July still and all of August. I reckon we could get to 1,000.
I hope so. That should be the target. 1,000.
I think we can get to 1,000.
Yes.
That would be amazing.
That really would be amazing.
Yeah.
So, Summer of Socks,
yeah,
and we're both knitting socks.
We are.
More of these later.
Yeah.
I'm desperate to find out, Kay Jones, what's on your needles?
Well, it's a sock.
Oh!
Now, this is the first...
Would you believe it?
I've had a bit of a falling out with sock knitting this past couple of weeks. Because, I had all the issue with the gauge last time, and I just couldn't bring myself to even face that basket of socks, knowing that, some of them were too small. But I did actually face the basket of socks. I did rip out a couple of pairs. I left it a good while before I did it. I contemplated it greatly. I thought about it, decided that it just had to be done. So I did that, and I decided yesterday I was going to cast on a new pair of socks for Dan. I was knitting the Opal Sweet and Spicy 3, the Kiwi socks. They were the ones that I ripped out for him, that I just decided they were just going to be too small. And I've still got that caked up, and I will knit that, but because I'd kind of fallen out with it, I didn't want to then just recast it straight back on again. So what I did is I went to my stash and I chose this, which I bought fairly recently. I don't know if you'll remember, but I searched and searched. I've knit a sock knitter's shawl out of this exact yarn, and when I bought it with the intention of knitting socks for Dan because it reminded me of Back to the Future. But I decided to use it for the shawl, so I went hunting for another skein of it, and I did find some. I think this... Why are you laughing?
Because it just dawned on me that, but I can't do it now because I've just tried to do it again. I was just knitting, as you saw, and I had a bit of a silly face on.
Okay. Back to the yarn. So I went hunting for this because I don't think it's a range. I think it might be a sort of discontinued range now. And I was just looking because I can't remember which number of rainforest it is. It's one of the rainforest ranges of Opal, but I can't remember which number it is, and I can't see it anywhere on the ball band, but it's one of the rainforest colours, and it's 7471. Lucy the Pianist is the colourway, and it's the one with this sort of bird, this strange looking tropical bird on the front of it, and she presumably is Lucy. Maybe she does play a piano.
Do you have a knitting face? It would be cool to see people's knitting faces.
Show us your knitting faces.
This is my double knitting face.
So this is the colourway. This is it caked up. As you can see, it's greys and oranges, and it just reminded me of the DeLorean, and with the flames, you know, the scene where it first disappears. It just reminded me of that. So I'm calling these ones actually my Back to the Future Part 2 socks, because if you remember, I have knit down some Back to the Future socks out of No Makers, which were similar sort of colours. And I've actually, because I've cast on more stitches, I was concerned about running out of yarn. So I had, in my stash, I had this orange opal, which is one of the solids. It's just the orange, number 5181, the orange solid. And it coordinated really well with that darker orange that you can see in there. So I'm using the orange for the cuffs, heels and toes, and then that way I'm not going to worry at all about running out of yarn, and hopefully I'll have a bit left over to put into some blankets. I only cast this on last night, but I've done...
Did you?
I did.
Really?
I did. You know I did. But I've done pretty well, because it's 80 stitches. I know, everybody. Has anybody else knit a sock with 80 stitches? Please let me know if you have, because I've bitten the bullet and I've done it. So here we go. I think it's looking really nice. You can only see a little bit of the, you know, the Fair Isle pattern coming through there. And because it's 80 stitches, it is looking a little bit different to how it would look, I think, on 72. But, you know, that's part of the excitement, I suppose, isn't it? And I do like this. I'm not normally an orange person at all, but I really like this, the look of this, don't you? It's kind of a bit Star Warsy as well, in a way.
Yes.
Maybe with the greys.
Well, no, it's the orange that makes
And the
it Star
orange
Warsy,
is a bit,
because that's the jumpsuit colours of the X-Wing fighter pilots.
That's true, and it's also a bit BB-8ish, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not finding it really any different at the moment with the 80 stitches. It works really well on 4 double points, because I've got 20 on each needle, so that works really well. I like the maths of that, and it's fun, and it's definitely coming out. It definitely looks bigger, and I think this will be absolutely fine, and I think this might be my new normal for Dan.
I'm worried it might be too big.
Are you? You're worried it'll be too big?
Well, no, I hope it isn't.
Honestly, no, I don't think it'll be too big, darling. Now you've got me worried. I'm going to stop knitting socks for you. That's the only thing about it.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Well, I don't know what to do if I can't get this right.
When the going gets tough, we don't burst into tears, run indoors and quit, do we?
Sometimes I might want to do that.
Do we?
So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think the size is going to be fine, because I don't think Dan realises just how big his feet are. Because I've looked at pairs that he's been wearing that are 72 stitches, and they're so stretched across that big bit of your foot.
It's just that bit, isn't it, that needs...
the more stitches?
Yeah. Don't you think?
Well, maybe. So maybe what I'll do is decrease down to 72 on the gusset. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll decrease back to 72.
Because I do have a very shapely foot now.
Well, you don't really, honey. They're just massive. They're just... well...
an Egyptian, as we established the other episode.
I just can't go on about your feet anymore, because it just drives me a bit nuts. And I'm knitting that on 2.5mm Chow Goose, my DPN. So it's a lovely project, because I love opal and I love Chow Goose. So it's just really, really, really lovely knitting. So that's my first little project, and it's living in, I usually, quite often I'll put Dan's projects that I'm knitting him into the Star Wars bag. I've had this bag forever. It's a Tangerine Designs bag, and I think this might have been the first project bag I ever bought off anyone. And I really love it. You know, it's fantastically well made and brilliant. So it's living in that.
Cool.
Dan Jones.
Yes.
What's on your needles?
Continuing on with the... well, it's not that. With the...
It's in here. It's in here. It's certainly not Madeline Tosh. Why have you got a Madeline Tosh ball band in there?
I have
What's
no
this
idea.
from?
Don't say. I know. It's from the necklace hat I made.
It is.
Yeah.
It's Tosh Vintage in Baltic.
It's so I can remember.
But it's no use
with
in
love.
there when you finish the hat months ago, is it? And we couldn't find the ball band then.
This is some more socks, as it is the summer of socks. I've not gone quite as fast as I would have hoped. I hoped to have had this first sock finished about a week ago.
It's just terrible, isn't it?
What has been I've been doing? I've sort of been pushing on a bit with the double knitting.
Right. Well, this is the Opal Wintermond, and it's Hiking Through the Snow, number 8920. Oh, it's a bit crinkled, but hopefully you can see that.
These are also Chiagas, aren't they?
They are. You're using
Yes.
3.75, I think I gave you for that, because your knits are tight.
Just like the last pair, I personally wouldn't knit with anything else with regards to socks. I think it's.
Oh, really?
I think it's lovely.
Yeah,
Yes.
and some people can't stand them.
Opal.
Oh, no, sorry, I thought
All
you
right.
meant the needles.
Oh, the needles are great too.
I thought you meant the needles.
No, the needles
I
are
know they
great
drive
too.
some people mad, the Chiagas.
Why is that?
For knitting magic loop, because the cable's stiff, a lot of people like it to be very, very flexible.
Is that because they enjoy wrestling with octopuses?
Everybody's different, aren't they? It's each to their own.
Well,
And
I can't stand it.
I prefer the Chiaga now just because it stays put, doesn't it? And it's not moving around and twisting around all the time.
It was an absolute pain with the other needles I was using, because you're like constantly. It's like all over the place. These, it stays where you put it, which is really good.
It's really pretty,
So,
this yarn. So I just.
For me, I wouldn't ever knit.
It's really nice. Look, I love the colours.
It's frustrating in one sense because using the old needles, the other needles which I was using, which was the wrestling octopus needles, it was pushing me towards trying out with DPNs, and I should try out with DPNs.
Well, you don't have to.
Well, no, I should
You
because
don't
it's
have
important.
to.
It's important to learn. I mean, I'm sort of in a bit of a tiz at the moment with regards to what I do next. But I'm worried that the knowledge I got when I did the Declan's hat is slipping away, because I've obviously now been doing the DK and I'm now doing the lace, and there's been a few new things going on. I really, really feel like I have to get back and do.
You want to do another Declan's, you said, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I know the pattern, and I think it's good, to really drill in the techniques needed to do cables.
Right.
If I do the same pattern again, I'm not going to get caught out with something new,
Right.
because I know, to an extent,
And
what's
it'll be
coming.
a useful gift, because we are gift Christmas knitting, aren't we, this year? We decided we were
Yes,
gonna...
absolutely.
We're going for a homemade Christmas, everybody. What I wanted to just say quickly about this whole sock issue with Dan is I remembered that the first pair of socks, I'm pretty sure this is the first pair of socks I ever knit Dan, I knit with a much higher stitch count, and they fit you perfectly, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then for some reason I went down. This is the pair of socks. Now he doesn't wear these anymore because I knit them in Madeline Tosh sock. Can you believe I did that? Which is obviously just...
What's the stitch count on those?
It's 80. I've just double checked it and there's 80 stitches. But this is what happened on the heel very quickly, which is devastating because these, if I show you, it's a beautiful pattern. Look, it's a Gansey pattern.
Yeah. The thing is, okay, that last pair of socks...
Fabulous socks. But these are 80 stitches, and this is a thicker yarn as well. Tosh sock is thicker than a normal fingering, I think.
In my opinion, though, that last pair of socks that you knit me is the best fitting pair of socks that I have.
And they were 72 stitches. Oh, this is just dreadful. I'm just so not happy at the moment about all this business. So what do I do? Do I not carry on with this 80 stitch? Or do I carry on? Oh, I'm not going to knit socks anymore.
It's the summer of socks.
I know, but I'm just having all these problems.
Because you changed the way you knit.
I know, so this is why. But that last pair I knit you was I was knitting the same way.
Which way? The new way?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm having complete dilemmas.
Well, they fit me. They fit me. It's not going to fit me, is it?
It's not going to fit.
So
maybe this should be an experiment.
This is an experiment. We've come
This is
to
an
the
experiment.
conclusion.
I'm going to knit these on 80 stitches, see how they fit. And I think what I will do, what I've said, I think I will decrease on the gusset down to 72. And then that way it's got the 80 stitches over that biggest enormous bit of his foot, and then it decreases down to the 72, which is what I've knit before. Shall I try that?
Yes.
Right.
There's the plan. What else is on your needles?
Would you like a sock?
I'd like what you told me you were going to show.
What was the next thing?
A pair of DK weight socks.
I will show those.
Wonderful.
I quite fancied knitting.
Did you?
Yes, I do sometimes. A DK weight pair of socks, but I wanted to use a British yarn. Something, a little bit more rustic maybe. So I went hunting to try and find a DK weight yarn that I thought would be suitable for socks. And that's quite a tricky thing because obviously you can find DK weight, everywhere, but not necessarily something that's going to be strong. Doesn't always have to have nylon in it. Something like a BFL is it's a longer staple length and a stronger yarn. So BFL you could get away with, knitting socks, and there are other sheep breeds where you could knit socks, entirely just from it. But I think it is always nice to have that added bit of extra strength. So I went hunting around and I found this. It's from New Lanark Mills, which is in Scotland, and I got it directly from their shop, which is New Lanark. I can't say it. Lanark. Is it Lanark or Lanark?
Well, I've always said Lanark.
Lanark. Okay. newlanarkshop.co.uk. It's their double knitting yarn, and this is the apricot colourway, and it's 90% pure new wool and 10% silk. So I thought that extra 10% silk would give it a bit more strength. I'm not sure what type of wool it is. It's certainly not merino. It's got a bit of sort of tooth to it. It's not too scratchy. But this is the yarn. I'll show you that. It's a really pretty ball band, I think. And it's this gorgeous colour. Kind of matches my top. Look, I'm coordinating.
Oh, yes.
And I got 2 balls. It's in 50-gram balls. And I started knitting a DK weight sock. I thought I was being really clever when I started knitting this sock, because I did have thoughts of writing up a pattern for a DK weight sock, and I thought, I'll put in just a bit of texture pattern. So I wrote out what I wanted to do, and I thought about it. I thought I want a little sort of just a snowflake, little pearl bump pattern. Started knitting it, and then I got into it and I suddenly thought, hang on a minute, this looks like a pattern. And then it suddenly dawned on me that it looks more or less exactly like Hermione's Everyday. So I've invented something that already exists, which was very clever of me, wasn't it? I was so proud of myself when I did it. I thought, I really love this, and I've come up with this myself. Brilliant, well done, Kay. It's not exactly the same. Erica's pattern has...
It's funny, I did exactly the same thing the other day. I sat down behind my piano and I was trying to learn that part to... you wanted me to nail the Josh Groban song.
Yeah.
And I came up with this chord structure and I played it through. And then these words just came to me. And I just started singing, Hey Jude. And then I thought, no, I've heard that before. Where have I heard that before? Oh yes, I remember.
But I think sometimes these things are so ingrained in your brain, things that you love, and then you suddenly come up with this brilliant idea. I was so pleased with myself. And I even sent a picture of it to a friend, and I said, I've just done this, and I've just realised it looks really like Hermione's Everyday. So anyway, I obviously decided that I clearly can't put out a pattern that already exists. It is slightly different. What I've done... I laughed about it for a while. What I've done, the Hermione's Everyday, which is obviously a free pattern, you do a pattern row, plain row, pattern row, plain row. What I've done is a pattern row, 3 knit rows, pattern row, 3 knit rows.
Oh, well, it's totally different then.
Completely different. Erica is totally different. So here's the sock so far. But you can see, I hope you can see those little pearl bumps. I mean, it looks really pretty, and I wanted something that just looked like a snowflake, a snowflake pattern. Which clearly it does, and clearly it looks exactly like Erica's. So, obviously, this is just going to be a sock for me, and that's fine. What I thought I might do, actually, Dan, I've not told you this, but what I thought I might do is, because I've written out the pattern, just handwritten it out, What I thought I'd do is I might put it into one of the Bakery Bear newses.
Excellent idea.
So our patrons, you might get this as a free pattern, DK weight, if you wanted to have a go. So I'm knitting this on, I think it's 3.25. Where's my other DPN gone? I'm pretty sure it's, yes, 3.25 mil, which is a US 3. I never say what the US sizes are, do I? And that's only because I don't know. But it's actually printed on these. It's the Chowgu again. And the yarn's really nice to knit with. I really like it. And I think it'll make such a cosy pair of socks, for winter. So I'm going to get on and finish this sock. And then, like I said, I might just type it up into the next Bakery Bear news as a little free pattern for all our patrons. So well done me for inventing something that's already there. I think I deserve a round of applause for that.
Yes.
But that just shows you, Erica, how much your pattern is stuck in my brain. I'm finished with that one, I believe.
Excellent.
Yes.
It's the Speargrass hat. It's lace knitting. And I must say...
Shall I hold it closer?
Well, no, because you always do this. See, what Kay does, right?
Dan's telling me off.
I edit this podcast, as you know. And what Kay does is, she does this. All in a bit, oh no, it's not quite right there. I'll just move it over there. Oh no, that'll be a bit better. All I need you to do is just hold it in one position. And then I can do a lovely close-up.
Fine, carry on and do it your way. That's fine. I will hold mine different.
I'm really enjoying it.
It's beautiful.
It is really beautiful. It's the Susie Erica
double.
Yes. I really like lace knitting. It's fun. And I love the fact that...
Remember what he's just said.
What's that?
Forfeit people, what he just said.
What?
Nothing.
I really like lace
knitting.
I mean. Oh.
Yes.
But that would be cool, Part of me thinks maybe it would be cool.
He says that now.
You see, what I love about this pattern is, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, I mean, actually it's coming up quite well. I just love the way that things are changing angle and just the way that the stitches come off the holes.
Off the holes.
Look.
It looks like a leaf, doesn't it?
It's really lovely.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And then
Susie, it's beautiful.
The double decrease then with the plastic,
yeah.
and that, I mean, that looks like a stalk. And,
yeah.
And also in Erica's yarn, the yarn's really beautiful.
It is
to
beautiful.
use. It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
The colour's really beautiful, and
it's gorgeous and tonal. It's like it is like a leaf on your head. It's going to be, isn't it?
The only thing is,
on my head,
I do find it hard. It's not easy.
Do you? You've got to concentrate.
Yeah, which is fine. I've not got a problem with concentrating, but I have to find a time when it's quiet, and I can just sit down and just do it for a bit, because otherwise it's not something that I can sit and watch the telly.
No,
and
I get that.
Is that how lace is?
It can be, yeah, definitely.
But it's the
I
first.
would be okay knitting that watching the telly, but
it's the first ever lace pattern I've done, so
yes.
That's it in the cake.
It's lovely, isn't it? It's the clothes.
Yeah, it's really nice. I really like the twist. It doesn't split.
Yeah.
It's easy to work with. There's really good stitch definition, unlike the knit by numbers.
It's a nice twist. You do get good stitch definition when it's a nice twist on your yarn.
If they just twisted that knit by numbers just a bit more,
I know.
the knit by numbers was a bit more like this, it'd be utterly stunning.
Yeah, it's
but
very soft, that knit. It is.
For the right project, maybe. And actually, I'm sure it's going to be really nice.
It'll be lovely to wear.
It's just a bit annoying
because it's just very fuzzy. I wouldn't say it's certainly not pilling at the moment as you're knitting it. It's fuzzy. It's got this fuzz all over it, hasn't it? Which
It reminds me of that. I can't remember if I've said it before, the fuzzy wuzzy thing.
Fuzzy wuzzy.
Yeah, my mum. I just remember my mum when I was a kid.
Yes.
Always used to. I don't even know why and in what context she used to do this, but she used to go, "Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't Fuzzy Wuzzy."
Your mum just made that up?
Well,
or was it a
I
thing?
don't know. I'm guessing it was probably a thing.
Sounds like something she made up.
It's funny how things stick in your brain. And speaking of things that stick in your brain, we established, didn't we, why I eat all my food fast the other day.
Well, I think so. You said this before to me, though, the reason why you think it is.
I've never told anyone else though.
Oh, right. Okay.
My brothers used to time each other to see how fast they could get my bottle down me when I was a baby, because my brothers are
mean.
a little bit older than I am. So when I was young and my mum wasn't looking, they would like, and it'd be like, ugh.
I don't know how they can make you suck quicker, though. How could they do that?
Well, I think you can make it go in faster, can't you?
I don't know that you can.
I think you can. Well, they used to time each other.
Well, it's a mean and nasty big brother thing to do, isn't it, if you ask me?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I've told you before, the reason why I get claustrophobic is because the other thing they used to do was get a polyester, that's the horrible one, isn't it? Oh, we used to have polyester sleeping bags. I mean, what is that about? You would literally wake up dripping in sweat.
It's like cagoules, isn't it? Cagoules are like that.
Who gets into a polyester? The best thing about a polyester sleeping bag is you wake up dripping with sweat, and then for the rest of the day, whenever you touch anyone, it's like because polyester rubbing against it charges you up.
Okay.
But they used to get this polyester sleeping bag, and they would pin it. They'd sit on either side. They'd pin me down on the floor and then sit on either side.
They were so mean to you. I'm going to have words with them. They were so mean, weren't they?
Then the other thing that Dom used to do was, he used to do this all the time. We'd be outside like playing football or whatever. It's my eldest brother. And he was, but I'm bigger than him now. He used to be bigger than me, and he would run up behind me. He'd lift me off the floor just slightly, just so my feet were just touching the floor, and then he'd run as fast as he could. So my little legs were like, because you're like panicking.
I was going to say, you're much taller than him now.
Well, I wasn't then.
Right.
Nice.
Meanies.
What else is on your needles?
Oh, now I'm working on my stitching time blanket again, and I'm not far off from finishing it. So I will grab it.
You did a
back here
last week, didn't you? A knit along with K video for the patrons.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, because I've been knitting on it quite a lot. So. And I wanted to show our lovely, I wanted to show someone, so the opportunity was there, so I showed our lovely patrons how far I'd got. What I decided to do to kind of motivate me to sort of get it finished is I've seamed together the pieces that I'd already knit. Yes, so I've seamed together the pieces that I've knit so far. I've knit 10 blocks, I'm on the 11th, so I've just got 2 more. I've got this one and another one to do. So I thought I'd show you what I've done. I'm so excited. I know, that's the 3, what I've seamed together January, February, March, April, May and June. They're in one block. And then I've got October, November, December in another strip. And then I'm just knitting the 3 that's in between those. So this is January, February, March, April, May and June. All seamed together. Look! Is it in, Dan, tell me, is that in screen?
Yes.
Look at that! Isn't it lovely?
No, don't. No. It's like alien.
So it starts up here with January and then runs across the January, February, March, April, May and June. And I gave this just a little, I noticed when I held it up on the last podcast, I noticed the seams looked a bit wiggly. So I gave it a light steam this morning, and that I just wanted to see whether that kind of evened it out. And I think it has a little bit. There's still a bit of a wiggle on those seams, but I think it sort of evened it out. So I think it looks, doesn't it look lovely? Ooh! So that's the 6 that I've seamed. So I did those ones, and then I thought, right, I'll seam together the 3 that are going to be kind of, at the bottom of the blanket, which is October, November and December. I haven't steamed these ones yet. I'll wait till I finish seaming the whole thing now, and then I'll give it another light steam. So we've got October over here, November, and then December. Isn't it lovely? Oh, I love it. And then I've also finished July. So this is July, and this one was, my inspiration was like English cottage garden. So I've gone for colours of like roses, the deep pinks of roses with the rose, deep green rose leaves, and then a lovely gold for like sunflowers. And then this colour, this one and this one kind of made me think of lavender. And then some lovely pinks and lemons as well of the pretty sort of cottage flowers. So this one is July, and I'm working now on August, and then I've just got September. So August, I changed my mind on what I was going to do for August. So this is the start of my August block, and this I'm doing it all kind of seaside coastal colours for seaside holidays in August. Isn't this one gorgeous? Look at this. It's a ski. You see, I would say skein queen.
Yeah.
But you want to say skein queen because it rhymes.
Right.
But I would say skein, not skeen.
Well, yeah,
but,
skein.
So skein queen is what I will say. A mini that came from a lovely friend, and it's a single ply, and I think that's just gorgeous. And then that one, I don't know if that's one of Erica's minis from the Christmas colourways. It might have been. And then this one is a mini from With Pointed Sticks, and it's her Cape Cod colourways, and that's just beautiful. It's got silk in. So my other colours are in there. You can see they're all kind of these beachy coastal colours. Beautiful, beautiful. And then I'll just have September to do, and I've picked out the colours, or I should say Bryony did. There's way too many in here. I just went through, or Bryony went through my stash and just picked out all of these sort of autumny sort of colours, plus that bright reddy pink that Bryony just loved. So that'll be the September one. Then I'll be finished. And that's just amazing, I think.
Yes.
I'm so excited to get it finished. I really want to knit one. I kind of made a sort of random thought suggestion on the last podcast and said that wouldn't it be good to do one, because there's I think it's Erica that's knitting one that's kind of themed with different sort of films and TV programmes and things. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun to knit one that was all Disney film themed? So you've got Frozen Square, and you've got Beauty and the Beast, and you've got Snow White, and do you know what I mean? And then I really want to do one. There's someone else who's knitting one. I can't remember who it is, I'm sorry. But she's bordering hers with pink. It looks amazing. And there are some, there isn't a pattern for this, but there are some notes on my project page, on my Ravelry project page, if you wanted to knit one yourself.
And there is comprehensive tutorial videos
for the patrons,
which
yes.
are
there's
accessible if you're a Veg Reverse podcast patron.
Yes.
Are you done?
Yes, and I'm knitting it on 2.5mm, just some DPNs. These are Sunstruck knit picks. Sunstruck, yes, I think that's that.
Cool.
Cool. I want to knit on that now.
There it is.
Oh my goodness, it's looking really long, isn't it?
Yeah, but remember, it's not when you fold it over, as we established last time.
But it's much, you've got much further than last time.
Yeah, I've been knitting on it fairly hard. Because it does make you sleepy. I mean, it really does make you sleepy.
It was very sleepy last night. You didn't knit that much on it last night until you suddenly went, oh, I'm sleepy.
Yeah. It clears your mind of stuff, so it's a really good thing to do. It is, of course, as you know, the knit by numbers. The colours are nice; they go really, really well together, and you know the contrast is subtle but enough. But as we've said, it's really, really fuzzy.
You can see how fuzzy it is. Can you look? Look
the
at
purple
that.
actually is way worse than the pink. That's interesting to see.
See the fuzz.
There's quite a difference there.
There is actually. The purple is fuzzier.
Which is interesting.
It's incredibly soft, and that is why it's fuzzy, isn't it? The softer the yarn, the more likely it is to fuzz and pill. I'm sorry if I tangled
No. It does. I'm sure I said last time, but it does. It tangles really easily, so you just have to unwind it. One day I'll be clever enough to help, but I don't know if I will.
Do it like that, like Nathan does it. Flick.
Kay was teaching me to skein up yarn the other day, and she was laughing at me because I was trying to tie a knot, and
his fingers were so big. He was he couldn't even tie a knot. What's that all about?
I can tie a knot, but just with tiny, it gets more difficult. So that is the outside. That is. Well, of course, either side could be the outside.
Well, it could be.
You could flick it around. It could depend on how you feel that day. Today I'm feeling purpley.
Nathan said to me in a last message I had to him that if you need reminding on how to do the decreases, just let him know and you can do a thingy.
Well, yeah.
I forgot to say that to you. What?
Do I need reminding?
He doesn't even know how to do it.
I don't know how to.
Nathan, he's not got a clue.
Nathan, you did tell me before. I do need it, but all I heard was this.
Why did you only hear that? Was it not very good reception?
No, it was the equivalent of that.
Oh, right.
It was just noise.
I thought you meant that.
It's like la 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 la.
Right, okay. It was too far ahead. You were thinking too.
There was a monkey in my head smashing. And I just thought, I can't take on any more information at this stage. And also, the level of information that you have to take on to do the decreases is vast. So I do feel more in a place where I could take on that information, which is good because I'm going to have to, and relatively soon before I start the decreases, I have to finish this diamond. Is it a diamond? Of course it is.
Yes, it's a diamond.
Yes, or a square.
Or a square
in
that
perspective.
way. Yeah. It's more like a lozenge, isn't it, than a proper diamond.
Yes.
It's a diamond if it was that way to me. But that way, it's not quite a diamond, is it? I would say it's more a lozenge. I don't know.
Well, you see, I would say that way's a diamond.
Oh, you see, I wouldn't. I would go the
And
other way.
that
for
way's a
diamond.
square, and that way's even more of a square. Do you see the fun that you can have when you knit the Vanishing Point hat by Mr. Nathan Taylor? I'm immensely proud because it does.
I'm very proud of you.
It just looks, every bit of it.
I wouldn't have had the perseverance for that, I'm afraid.
What I hope is that it fits lovely and it's a pleasure to wear.
Well, I'm sure it will be.
Because there is just...
It's going to be super warm, isn't it? Let's face it, it's double layered.
Until you finished it.
It's beautiful.
Until you finished it, there is always this concern that, you put all that work in.
Yeah.
You just want it to be right.
I suppose we should measure your gauge and see if it matches the pattern. That's what we should do.
Well, it's not going to be looser than the pattern, is it?
I don't know.
Well, look at it.
Well, I don't know what
That's
the
not
gauge
loose.
is on well, no, it's not loose, but I don't know what the gauge is on the pattern.
I think that's that's a nice, fairly consistent gauge.
Well, yeah, it is. It's a nice gauge, darling.
I've got no lines, which I was getting. What?
No, it's fine. It's a beautiful looking gauge, but what I'm saying is you don't know what the gauge is for the pattern.
No, I would highly recommend giving double knitting a go, but persevere because you do need to focus on it. What else is on your needles?
Well, the last thing this time, I nearly said week, is now. Oh, are you off?
Oh, nowhere.
You're off nowhere?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
I think Dan's taking his top off. He's absolutely taking his top off. It's very random behaviour for a Wednesday morning. Now, how am I not supposed to be distracted now? What are you doing? You're not taking your shorts off. I think he's lost his marbles. I don't know about anything else. Right, my Holbrook shawl. I'll be honest, I haven't worked on this for a couple of weeks, and then I just thought, you know what, I'll tell you what has made me work on this. I saw a shawl pattern. Lovely Diane Knitables posted a picture on her Instagram of a finished shawl that she's just knit, and I just thought, I have just got to knit that shawl. I totally became obsessed by it. It's called the Linientro by Uta Noratil. Oh, for heaven's sake.
Welcome to Languages with Kay Jones.
I'll show you a picture. Can you see the shawl? Oh my goodness. I'm just obsessed by the thought of knitting this. Now, luckily, I don't have the right yarn in my stash, and that is the only thing that stopped me casting this on. You need either, it's Lang Yarn's Millicolary Baby, is it called? Or the Jarwell Magic ones. And I didn't have it enough in my stash. And then you also need like a coordinating solid. The pattern designer's just used a cream. Can you see where it's cream? That's just a Drops Fable, I think she used. But what I'm going to use, I've got a skein of Madeline Tosh, because the Lang Yarn Millicolary, I'm saying that probably completely wrong, Dan's laughing at me in the background, is a single ply, and I thought, well, Tosh Merino Light is also single ply, and I've got a skein in a beautiful dark grey that's tonal, so I want to get the oh my god, I can't even tell you what I'm looking at, honestly. Lord above. I'm completely distracted now.
I have to tuck myself in.
Well, yeah. The lang yarn, it's like it's the graduating, it changes colour and it's like a short gradient. Hopefully you know the yarns that I mean, and there's all kinds of different colours. Well, I looked on Love Knitting and they've got quite a range of them, and I just can't decide which colour. That's really the only thing again that's stopping me. So the fact that I haven't got the yarn and I can't decide on what colour to use, that's the only thing really stopping me casting it on. However, the other thing that's stopping me cast it on is the fact that I've got this shawl not finished, and I thought I cannot cast on another great big shawl until I've finished this. You just can't do it. I've got to do it. So this is my Holbrook. That's a little bit, it's this one that I've had on the go for quite some time now. So I picked this back up and I have worked a few more repeats, and then I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I've got only this tiny little nubbin from the first skein, and I've got the other one ready to go. And this is the border so far. Look. Oh, there's the lovely border. So I've done quite a few more repeats. What I've done is I worked out roughly how many more repeats I've got to go for the applied border. I know how long each repeat takes me, so you know what I've done. I've multiplied that and I know how long it's going to take me to finish it. And I worked out it's about 15 hours. It's probably not a good thing to work that out, is it? But I thought, right, okay, what do? Do I just do an hour a day and it will take me a couple of weeks? Or do I just blitz it? And I think I've just got to blitz it. I think that's what I've got to do. I'm just going to try and blitz it, and I can sit down and knit for an hour and get 3 repeats done. I thought if I try and get an hour done, in my early morning knitting, I wouldn't get an hour done, but maybe I'll get a repeat done in my early morning knitting, and then just...
You could get up early.
I could get up earlier than 5:30.
Set your alarm for 4:30.
Well, I could. It's light, isn't it? Maybe I'll do that.
Oh, stop it.
Maybe I'll just get up earlier and knit on it.
Okay.
Because I can't knit this really at night. It's too much of my brain can't handle this at night. So I'm just going to do my best to try and blitz this and just get it done quickly. I think that's just what I've got to do. I'm really enjoying it. It's not that at all. I think it's just that it's quite a mammoth task, isn't it? And that's why I think I just need to get it done. So fingers crossed this should be done for next podcast. And I might have even cast on that new one. If anybody wants to cast it on with me, that would be fun, wouldn't it? That's what's happening in the world of shawls at the moment. I really, really, really want to get that done because I really, really, really want to knit that linen tro. Is that how you say it? Oh, somebody help me on that.
Do the link.
What am I doing?
Knit or forfeit, grand final.
What am I saying?
Whatever you like, but this is it. This is big. And look how I'm dressed.
Does it fit you that still?
Don't start.
So yes, it's the grand final of Knit or Forfeit. It's Dan against me. I'm Kay. And
this is brilliant. I'm hooked.
I'm not doing this very well. I'm no good at stuff like this, am I? This is terrible.
Roll the intro.
We've got...
Thank you. Yes, this is it. Finally, we have returned to where it all started. It was about this time last year that we played our very first round, and little did we know that would launch the first season of Knit or Forfeit. A season that's taken us all over the world, filming with some amazing people. We've had some specialist subjects, all of which will be making a reappearance today. But today it's time for the grand final. And for that, of course, we need a contestant. Hello.
Hello.
Here she is. This is my nemesis.
My name is Kay.
Yes.
I need to do it like we're on a quiz show.
We are on a quiz show.
Okay.
It's not you need to do it like. This is a quiz show. Now, when we finished our first round, as you've already seen, Kay beat me. Kay scored 19 and I scored 17.
I whooped him.
Yes, you certainly did. And then after 2 rounds each, we both played 2 rounds against different people, and we've added up our scores from those rounds. Kay's score is 33, and my score is 30. So I am 3 points behind Kay. So I have some work to do. We now have 2 rounds to go, and in those rounds we will have, just like normal, 6 questions on knitting, but we will have 4 questions, each picking up on the specialist subjects from the rounds that we've played against other podcasters. So we will have a question on musical theatre, we will have a question on cooking, we will have a question on medieval history, and we will have a question on Downton Abbey. So it's a completely level playing field. So if we're going to find out who the champion of champion is, it couldn't be better. And thank you so much to all our contestants for playing against us, but then also giving us the questions that we're going to be using in the specialist section. Of course, we have 3 lifelines, as you know. We have Ask Instagram, which is where you can get involved. We have Text a Friend, and we have 50-50. But without further ado, Kay, I think... Are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Yes? This is it, folks. This is where we begin the end of the 2016 journey. We already have plans. Don't worry, Knit or Forfeit will be back for a Christmas special and then launching into our 2017 season.
Will it?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
But we'll be making some changes to the format.
Can we have Christmas questions?
Oh, this would be brilliant. We should have a Knit or Forfeit, which is... the contestant should be Santa against Mrs. Claus.
I should. Do we have to dress up?
I'll dress up as
How
Santa.
do we do that?
You can dress up as Mrs. Claus.
How do I dress up as Mrs. Claus?
We've got until Christmas to work it out. You heard it here first, folks. Let's get on with the show. Now, we know when the quiz starts because we hear this sound.
Banana.
Yay! It's back. And we know when it finishes because we hear this sound. So I think it's time to get on with the show.
Let's do it.
So, question 1, are you
Yes,
ready? Yes,
I'm ready.
Banana.
You recently finished a Declan's hat by Samantha Kirby.
Yes.
What yarn did you knit it in? Can you remember?
No.
Okay, so your choices are A. Knit natural yarn, B. Debbie Bliss, C. Dreams in fibre, or D. Madeline Tosh.
It's on the stairs out there.
You're not allowed to go and have a look.
Get it. It's not knit natural.
That is, of course, the wonderful yarn
Susie Gawley.
by Susie Gawley.
No, I'm certain it's not Susie's yarn. It's not Debbie Bliss. I'm pretty sure it's Madeline Tosh. I think it was Tosh Vintage in Steam Age. Yes. Yes.
That's your final answer.
Madeline Tosh.
Okay.
Final answer.
So, this is the first question of the grand final. Has she started it in royal fashion, getting a point, or has she got it completely wrong? Okay.
It's wrong.
No, it's right! Yay! I nearly dropped my iPad. I'm so excited. That's so cool. Well done.
Yes.
I thought I would give you, just a nice easy one to get cracking.
That's very kind.
So you are now on 34. Come
34,
on. You're doing exceptionally well.
Just my age.
So, question 2.
Yes.
Who created Madeline Tosh in 2006? Is it A. Amy Hendrix? Is it B. Jimi Hendrix? Is it C. Jamie Hendrix? Or is it D. Annie Hendrix?
Well, it's somebody Hendrix then.
Well done for deducing that, Hercule.
Because, well, I don't know, but I know that Madeline Tosh was it like their grandmother or something of the person, I think. It was some relative, I think, of the person. So it's clearly not Jimi Hendrix.
Well,
it's not, is it? Well, I think it's got to be either Amy Hendrix or Annie, hasn't it? I honestly don't know. I feel like I have read this at some point, and my instincts would tell me Annie rather than Amy for some reason. I don't know why that would be.
Remember, you also do have lifelines.
Yes.
But do remember, over the course of the rounds, if it's a tie at the end, well, you see, it would be interesting. The tie would be if I've levelled up with you. It will come down to the amount of lifelines that we've used.
Right, okay, I'm just going to guess.
No, you don't have to. No. Do what you want to do. If you want to text
Well,
a
I
friend.
just feel like there might be a more difficult question. No, I'm going to go for Annie Hendricks. Final answer.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Positive?
Yeah.
So, second question in. She's got the first question right. She's got the second question wrong.
Oh no. It was Amy.
Yeah. Oh no.
I'm sad now.
She started an Etsy shop in 2006.
Did she?
That's how it started.
Right, and is Madeline Tosh one of her relatives?
I don't know that.
Oh, I think it might be. See, you should have asked me that.
I'm sorry. But yes, Amy Hendricks,
Oh.
2006,
Right.
started a shop, and now she supplies yarn to all over the world. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move on to question 3. In 2015, you released your Duchess of Devonshire shawl.
Correct.
Where did we take the location shots used in the pattern?
I know this.
Is it Chatsworth House and Aysgarth Falls? Is it Chatsworth House and Richmond? Is it Aysgarth Falls and Richmond? Or is it Fountains Abbey and Aysgarth Falls?
Right. Say them again.
You're not so sure now?
No, I know that. I didn't realise we took them in 2 locations. No, I've totally remembered. Right, tell me the options again.
A. Chatsworth House and Aysgarth Falls.
No.
B. Chatsworth House and Richmond.
No.
She's conducting me. C. Aysgarth Falls and Richmond. D. Fountains Abbey and Aysgarth Falls.
C. Aysgarth Falls and Richmond. Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
You don't want to use a lifeline?
No. No one else would know.
That's true. Okay, I'm so sorry.
That's not wrong.
You're right, it is wrong. It's correct.
I was just about to punch him in the face.
So Kay now has 35.
Yay!
Come on. She's only got 1 wrong.
Yes.
It's question 4. And this is a good one. I like this one. As of her Ravelry page on July the 4th, 2016, which of Susan B. Anderson's designs had the most projects listed with 4,115?
Oh, you're joking. Right.
So,
okay. Which one of Susan's patterns has got
the
the
most
most
projects
listed?
Yeah.
I understand. Right.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
your choices are A. Elefanti, B.
Right.
Waiting for Winter Mittens,
Right.
C. How I Make My Socks,
Yeah.
D. Domino Hat.
Well, it's got to be How I Make My Socks, hasn't it? I don't know the domino hat. Is that what you said? Hat? Domino hat?
Yes, and I haven't made any of these.
Oh, I don't know that one, Susan.
I wouldn't do that. That would be terrible if I just made
I'll
them
have to look it
that
up.
names.
Right, so I don't think it'll be that one. The Elefanti is very cute. A very cute little stuffy. But I still don't think there would be that many. Waiting for Winter Mittens, just knit them. I mean, it could be that one, but I know that the sock pattern
Let me tell you, 3 of these
yeah.
are all close.
Oh, really? Oh, gosh. Right. Okay, I'm gonna ask Instagram.
Okay. Oh, this is a good one to ask Instagram, because I think you'd really have to know how to use Instagram to find, how to use Ravelry to find the answer to this question. So we will come back to question 4. Question 4 is parked. Kate has posted the picture of the question on Instagram, and we shall await to see if anyone can come back with an answer close to correct. Okay, are you ready for question 5?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. There are more than 60 breeds of sheep in Britain.
Really?
The breeds are commonly divided into groups called fine, medium, cross, luster, hill, mountain, and naturally coloured.
Right.
Which of these breeds is not part of the luster group?
Okay.
So you're sounding confident.
Yes.
Are you?
Marginally.
This is impressive. So the choices are, so it's which of
ones
these
are
is
not
These are the
luster
questions
blends?
which always catch me out. You know where it
Luster
says
breeds. Right.
which are not separated into.
So which of these are not a luster breed?
Yes.
I've got it.
Your choices are A, Wensleydale.
Yes.
B, Herdwick.
Right.
C, Blue-faced Leicester.
Yeah.
D, Devon and Cornwall long wool.
Right. Well, I think I stand a good chance with this. I definitely know Wensleydale are, and I'm certain Blue-faced Leicester is. And what was the last one?
Devon and Cornwall long wool.
Well, it's a long wool. So long wools are, more inclined to be luster. And Herdwick, it's like the Herdwick yarn is very, very crunchy. It's Herdwick. It's Herdwick, everybody. Final answer.
You sure?
Yes.
She's right. This is no good.
I knew I was right.
She's rubbish, I tell you.
Oh, what brilliant knowledge. I'm storming this.
The next blinking round, I tell you, I'm going hard on the questions.
Make them more difficult next time.
I will. Do you know what?
I'm feeling very proud of myself. Well, I say this and now I'm just going to fall, aren't I?
Right, here we go. Question 6. It's getting serious now, people. David Babcock completed the Kansas City Marathon in 5 hours and 48 minutes.
Right.
Whilst running the marathon, what was he knitting?
Oh, good heavens.
Is it A, a 12-foot scarf? Is it B, a shawl? Is it C, 12 pairs of mittens? Is it D, a double knitted cowl?
Oh, gosh, I have no idea, but seriously, it can't be.
At the time, he also set a Guinness World Record. That may still stand, but I don't want to.
For knitting whilst doing the marathon?
Yes.
Right.
I think it's done on the time. It's how fast. He beat an English lady actually at the time. And David Babcock, actually, if you search him, some of you may know of him, but he does this. He runs marathons and he knits while he runs.
Right, so it can't be the mittens. 12 pairs of mittens?
Yeah.
No, it can't possibly. You couldn't possibly knit 12 pairs of mittens in 5 hours. It's just not possible. So.
Waiting for winter mittens?
You couldn't. 12 pairs in 5 hours.
Couldn't?
No. You might knit 1 pair in 5 hours. No, that's just not possible. Right, so I don't think it's the mittens. What was the fourth answer?
A double knitted cowl.
No, it can't be that. You can't run and double knit. Surely that is just not possible. A shawl? Well, I suppose there's a chance it's either a shawl or obviously a 12-foot scarf, did you say?
Yeah.
You see, that's the most likely because you could be knitting it in chunky yarn, couldn't you? But then I suppose it would trail, wouldn't it? But then you might just have it in a little bag. I mean, my instinct is telling me the scarf. I don't think it'd be a shawl because I've... Okay, I'm going 50-50. 50-50, yeah, 50-50.
Okay. You're absolutely positive on this.
Yes, I'm going 50-50.
I'm going to take away 2 wrong answers. Okay, so you are left with A, a 12-foot scarf, or
That's
B,
so
a
mean.
shawl.
That's so mean. You've done that on purpose. The computer wouldn't necessarily have done that. You should have used random number generator to find 2 numbers out of the 4. That's what you should have done. I'm going to object. Oh, gosh. Right. A 12-foot shawl. 12-foot shawl. A 12-foot scarf.
Ladies and gentlemen, is that your final
answer?
Yes. Okay, so do we think he knit a 12-foot scarf whilst running a marathon?
Please, David, have knit that.
With it trailing behind him as he
runs?
ran?
Well, he could have had it in a bag.
So he's stuffing it in a bag as he runs along?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you, Kay, that you are correct. He was knitting a scarf. A 12-foot scarf, and it looked pretty nice too.
Did you see a picture of it?
Yes, I did.
So he
did
must
a
have
fairly
been
good
knitting
job.
it into like a bag on his wrist or something.
Okay, so we are now onto the specialist subject questions.
Oh gosh.
And we're going to commence with a question all about musical theatre.
Nathan.
So, which writing duo is...
Writing?
Yeah, which writing duo...
You've suddenly gone corny.
Yes. Which writing... Which writing duo is the talent behind the classic musicals The Sound of Music, Carousel, and Oklahoma?
Nathan, I love you.
So you know the answer?
I think I know the answer.
Okay, so the potential answers are A. Rodgers and Hart, B. Rodgers and Hammerstein,
Yeah.
C. Kern and Hammerstein,
Yeah.
D. Kander and Ebb.
Well, it's Rodgers and Hammerstein, isn't it? It is. Yes, it is.
Sure?
Yes.
That's your final answer?
I am.
So you're saying B. Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Rodgers and Hammerstein. Come
Okay.
on.
That is now locked in.
Yes.
And she's right!
Oh, Nathan, thank you.
You are no longer on my Christmas card list, and I'm ripping out your stupid vanishing point.
Ha, Nathan loves me. Thank you.
Okay, so we are on to question 8, and this is a cooking question.
Oh, yes.
What year was the very first Betty's Tea Room opened on Cambridge Crescent in Harrogate?
Yeah.
Is it A. 1917? Is it B. 1919? Is it C. 1920? Or is it D. 1929? So this is, of course, the famous Betty's Tea Room, which we get our fat rascals from, and we love to go to. They make great chocolate as well. They make Easter eggs that cost about £175, which I've never had, but they look... I also wouldn't, even if I was a millionaire, I don't think I could...
Can I just look in this book up here? There's a book up here. Am I allowed?
No.
I worked opposite Betty's in Harrogate for...
But of course, that isn't Cambridge Crescent. It moved there.
Oh, did it? Well,
Yes.
did it not used to be there?
No.
Cambridge Crescent is where the bank is,
Is it?
I'm sure that's
Yeah.
Cambridge Crescent.
It's they must have moved across the road. I bet they moved into a
Right.
bigger...
I don't think it's 1929. That seems too late to me. My instinct is telling me it's one of the earlier ones. I mean, they were post-war, weren't they? When did World War One end? Was it like 1960?
Yeah. Around then, yeah. 1915, 1916, I think it was.
Right, no, I'll just guess.
You sure?
Well, I think so. Okay.
You sure?
Well, what else can I do?
You can ask a friend.
I know, but I don't know that I know any friends that would know it. No, I'll guess.
Okay.
I'm going for 1917. 1917. Final answer.
You sure?
Well, no, clearly I'm not, but final answer.
And you definitely don't want to use a lifeline.
No.
Okay. So that's your final
Your
answer.
your face is telling me that I should have not said that, but I've said it now. I'm sticking with it.
You're... Yeah?
1917.
Okay. Question 8. Is it right? She said 1917. She's wrong! Oh no!
Is it 1919?
It's 1919. Oh, I'm sorry, Kay.
You see, if you'd have let me just look up there, does it say?
Probably not.
Oh, Betty's.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Betty's, though, is a rather lovely place to visit, and if you've not
It
gone
is.
and you get the chance, I would strongly advise that you do. We are on to question 9.
Woe is me.
Woe is you.
Right.
So question 9 is a question on medieval history.
Oh,
And this was submitted by the wonderful Robin.
Robin.
So Robin is asking,
Yeah.
who was the last Plantagenet king of England?
Right. Robin said that it was easier than yours. You see my face? I've not got a clue. Okay, go ahead.
Is it A, Henry III? Is it B, Richard III? Is it C, Edward V? Or is it D, William the Conqueror?
Well, I don't think it's the last two. I don't know why I don't. William the Conqueror was donkeys years ago, wasn't he? He was 1066.
Yes.
So it can't be him. And what was the third one?
Edward V.
He's quite recent, isn't he, Edward V?
No.
Oh, he's not. You see, I've got Richard III in my head. You know, when all that celebration was going on, did they say he was the last Plantagenet king? I don't know. Well, I could ask a friend. I could ask Robin.
No, you can't do that.
I can't do that. Is there any other friend? Oh, well, they won't be up.
No.
No.
Because I asked her before and she wasn't up.
Talia won't be up.
No. No, but what I
feel terrible because Robin probably thinks this is really easy. And you will think this is really easy.
What I could say to you,
I know nothing about medieval history.
What I could say to you, Kay,
is
we have just completed a 3-episode series on the founding fathers of Great Britain.
Yeah.
I'm hesitant to.
But the last one was the Queen, wasn't it?
Yes.
If I tickle your leg like that, might you tell me?
Well, I'm not going to tell you the answer.
No, we went to Midland, and that was Richard III. You see, what was the other one? Tell me the first one. What was the first one? First answer.
Henry III.
I don't know who he is. Well, my instinct was Richard III, and I know we've done a thing on Richard III. Richard III, final answer, go on.
That's your final answer?
Well, yeah.
She's right! Oh. Yay! The whole of the second founding fathers of Great Britain was about the last Plantagenet king.
Well, that's what I think I must have had in my head.
Yes.
I don't really pay much attention.
Okay, so this is Kay's final question of her first round.
Right.
It is all about Downton Abbey.
Oh, come on. Oh, watch me. I'm going to totally get it wrong, haven't I?
In what music hall double act did Mr. Carson the butler once perform? Is it?
I am victorious.
Is it the Cheerful Chappies? Is it the Cheerful Charlies? Is it the Cheerful Chums? Or is it the Cheerful Chancers?
It's the Cheerful Charlie's final answer, Chris.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You don't want to use another lifeline? Okay.
It's right.
It's not.
It is.
It's not. It's the Cheerful Chancers.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. I'm joking. She's right. Yeah.
I was totally going to argue with him forever on that because I almost used that as one of my questions.
Well, that's the upside to us having, and that was the point of us having the specialist subjects the same, so it would give us,
Cheerful Charlies.
Come on.
Charlie Carson on the stage.
You have
I've got to go back.
Oh, yeah.
I've got to go back.
So currently, you are on 40.
Come on, Instagram friends. Oh, I've got 15 replies. Everybody's saying the same thing. Oh, and Sarah Hepworth has said it also. Lovely Penny, Susan, Sarah, Miss Lavelli. Everybody's saying the same thing.
And they have said,
how I make my socks, C, which is my instinct, my first instinct.
Yeah.
Final answer. Come on.
It's A.
What?
It's Elephanti.
What? No, it's not.
It is.
It can't possibly be.
It isn't. It's how I make my socks.
This is not funny. It's really not funny that you're thinking that. I don't find that amusing. Do you find that amusing? Because I don't.
Oh, it's just...
You think you're so funny all the time.
I don't.
You do.
You've just scored loads. It's not fair. Kay has scored.
Yes.
You are on 41. You have got... how many wrong did you get?
How many did I get?
Well, what were you on before? 33. So you were on 33 and you finished on 41.
I got 8 out of 10.
Yes, so you got 2 wrong.
That's pretty good. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to need to get at least... Well...
How many do you need to get to win?
Thank
you, everybody on Instagram.
I am ramping up the difficulty of the questions for the next round.
I think some of those are quite tricky, but thank you very much for Cheerful Charlies.
I think I've eased you in quite gently with that.
And the Luster blends.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the first round of the grand final of Knit or Forfeit. How will this end? Who knows? Who knows? But let me tell you, and I'm not joking, I'm going to be studying so that in my round I get 10. I'm going for 10.
Maybe I'm just better at this than you.
I'm serious now. I'm now getting serious.
Maybe that's just all it is.
She won the first round, and all I've got to do, if I score 10, I'll be 1 behind. I'll ramp up. Now, the one thing is, with the ramping up of the difficulty, the one thing we're not allowed to do is to put in questions that we've got no chance of knowing the answer to.
Well, I never do that.
No. Well, and I'm just saying to you, there's
right,
no...
so you need to tell yourself that.
Well, I've never done that either. I've never...
Because I know what you're like now. You're very competitive, and you'll be doing that.
It says Mrs. Competitive.
I'm not competitive.
Oh, yeah, like when I got a question wrong last time. Yes! She's like rejoicing.
I might have done that.
I am 11 behind, but I can absolutely do this. All I need to do is score 2 10s or 10 and a 9, and I mean, Kay's got 8 there. That's about your average. Is 8. So if I'm 3 behind, I need 10 and a 9, and I could catch you up, and then it would be down to lifelines, which would be interesting. So we will see you. In episode 54 for my round of Knit or Forfeit. That's the end of the quiz.
Boy.
Thank you so much for taking part with the Instagram. Kay got lots of answers. Please do come and suggest a forfeit for us, and we will announce next time what those forfeits are going to be. We will also announce next time what the grand prize will be as well, I think. Yeah, so we'll have to work on that. So thank you so much for watching. Are you ready to knit or forfeit? Wasn't that exciting for Kay? This is rubbish.
Yay me. Sorry.
Just think about how I structured those questions when you are fashioning my questions.
I shall think about it.
Let's try and keep this. So don't come out with your full-on rock-hard mastermind questions until the next round. But also don't be too kind. No, I'm certainly not asking you... No, you'd never do that. So I hope you enjoyed the start of the grand final. It's super exciting. I'm so excited to find out what you're going to suggest for our forfeits, to find out what the prize is going to be. It's going to be cool. So thank you so much. It's time for us. No, we're going to start with those. No, we won't. We'll start with those. Because if they...
Oh, we're starting with those?
No, we'll start with these. We are about to venture into the unknown.
We are.
This is, of course, what's in your sweetie jar.
Oh, that's yummy.
About this.
And who sent us these?
Cherie.
Wonderful. So thank you so much, Cherie. She sent a lovely card as well, didn't she?
Yeah, it's like this is hand stitched. Isn't that lovely?
So
thank you, Cherie.
Cherie has sent us.
Who knows what it is?
This is a voyage of discovery.
We have Japanese sweets.
Now they have strawberries on, so we have concluded.
It's a bit of a clue
that these are strawberry flavoured. Did you get one out for me?
Yes.
Thank you
and
very much.
They're really cutely wrapped. Look, they're individually wrapped. And I don't know if you'll see. Can you see there's like little sort of cute people on the covers?
So let's open them up and let's say before we start eating them what they are reminiscent of. Ooh. I don't know what that's reminiscent.
Oh, how exciting! I've never seen anything.
Oh, that's smelling familiar. That's smelling like sweets I used to have in Spain when I was...
Is it a bit like a tutti frutti? Not a tutti frutti.
Opal fruit.
No.
Well, Starburst, of course.
Not Starburst.
That smells like something...
Fruitella?
Yeah. Fruitella-esque. It's definitely continental.
It looks really pretty. Look how pretty the sweet is.
It's got like a white middle.
It's white in the middle and then
speckly outside.
Are we ready?
Try. It's very chewy.
Oh.
Gosh, it's very gummy. It's very fruity.
It's lovely. I really like it.
But gummy to the point of it's bordering on chewing gum.
It is a bit like chewing gum, you're right.
But it's not. You can tell that this is an edible thing. Of course, we'll find out now. It's not at all.
Is it chewing gum? No, it's not. It's definitely not chewing gum, but it has got an essence of
By
chewing
goodness,
gum.
my jaw is working hard.
It's really nice.
No complaints though. That is the best thing that we have tried by a country mile. Do you not agree?
I do. They're lovely.
That for me is
so
nicer.
Fruity and not overly sweet. And it's funny because Cherie said to me, that in Japan they use much less sugar and salt than in the US, for example.
Can anyone tell us what that says?
Who's in Japan? Ichigo. Isn't she in...
Oh, well, even if she isn't.
Sophia. What does it say? Or anybody in...
Translate this.
Who speaks Japanese. Can you tell us what that says, please?
Probably says toxic, do not eat.
Do not swallow. This is chewing gum.
Yeah.
It's got to be at 4.5, hasn't it? 5. They're really, really nice. Well, what's a 5? What am I comparing it against that's a 5?
Well, maybe it is a 5.
Do you really like them?
Yeah. I mean,
so
do they do
fruity.
other flavours? I'd love a lime one or a lemon one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's delicious. So, that's the first.
And I love the wrappers are so cute. Look at that little fella on the wrapper.
Now, this is the second, and we were worried about these, but we've become less worried now we've opened them.
And I've smelt them.
Do you see, we can actually see that these are called Sour Switch Gummy. And obviously we have experience, especially if you look at them there. They are looking a little bit like the Jungval until you open them up. And then you see that they're not at all. Again,
it's a gummy
like
thing. Coca-Cola.
It smells like Coca-Cola.
It smells like Coca-Cola. And on the packet, it looks like Coke. Can you see?
Yeah, but worryingly,
it looks like Coke. But then at the top of the packet, it says
bourbon.
So
Kay and I don't drink, so we're probably going to be drunk after.
I used to drink in my younger days. I used to drink Jack Daniels and Coke. Jack Daniels is bourbon, isn't it? So I thought, is it like Jack Daniels and Coke?
I'm going to be disappointed though if these aren't sour. Whoa! Are you ready? Okay, here we go. They're not sour.
Oh, they're quite sour.
Ooh.
No, quite sour. Ooh.
Oh, that's starting off now. That's got an alcohol flavour.
They are quite sour. Makes you go like that.
There's a definite alcohol tinge to this.
They're nice.
But chewing this...
Oh, they're sour.
That is the most like Coke sweet I've ever eaten.
It's like a sour fizzy cola bottle, but with a bit more going on.
That is like I'm drinking Coke. It's got that, fizzy bubbles going down your throat.
Because it's sour. They're nice. I'm very impressed with the Japanese sweets.
And let me tell you, folks, there are more to come.
There are.
We do not just have these two.
Cherie, thank you so much.
So
these are yummy.
We've got to score these.
Well, I like the strawberry ones a little bit better than those, but I really like those. I would probably go 4.5 and 4.
Would you backed off from the 5?
Yeah, but I don't feel I can give it 5 because you were like 5.
Well, that's just me discussing. If you think it's worth a 5, then give it a 5.
I really, really like those.
But I mean, 5.
It's not a 5; it's 4.5.
5 is perfection.
Right. Well,
and
let's
I just wonder if the chewy nature is good, but it's a bit.
Is it a bit too chewy? I liked it.
But it's a bit odd. Don't you think it's a bit odd?
Well, I liked it.
Well, 5 then.
4.5 for me and 4.
Well, okay. Well, I concur with both those scores.
Alright.
Because I think I wouldn't give them a 5.
Because it's just too much like chewing gum.
It's just a bit too chewy. It's just it catches you out. You're like, is this a sweet? I'm not really sure. Now I know it's a sweet. I mean, it's different, but just for that reason,
Right.
5 has got to be utter perfection.
They're excellent, though.
You see, the challenge is, I might score those higher than those.
I might go to Japan now. We know there's good sweets.
So I have a feeling because it has to really be an average.
Right.
I think these. I mean, I don't know. No, let's give these a 4.
Right.
Yeah, because I think after the first 5 or 6, perhaps they would level off a little bit. But I've got to say,
good.
if you get the chance to have some of these, I would strongly advise that you do. This is really good. Really, really good. So, 4.5 and a 4.
Brilliant.
Great stuff. Kay Jones,
And I'm going to save these
what's
little
off your needles?
saving the little wrappers because I love those. I do have a what's off my needles, amazingly. I really didn't think I was going to have one this time.
But she does.
But I do.
And they are.
Some mittens. I've been hoarding this skein for a long time because it was too beautiful and I couldn't knit it, but I just eventually thought I've got to knit it. And I thought, what do I want to knit with it? And I decided to knit mittens, and I'm so pleased that I did. And I knit one day and one the next day. That's how quick mittens are.
Yeah.
You know, they're brilliant, and they fit amazingly. I'm so pleased. Look.
Beautiful.
Aren't they lovely?
The yarn is knit natural, and it's the hand spun. Did it get sent at the same time as the Kessel Run?
It did.
And I mean, the Kessel Run is my favourite all time.
Isn't it fabulous? Don't you love those?
And I mean, look at the definition.
The stitch definition. I haven't washed these yet because I only finished them yesterday, but they're just lovely.
Is that Holworth?
No,
right.
It's Falkland Merino.
Right.
I will show you. That's my leftovers. And
it's really lovely.
It's beautiful. It's Falkland.
You know how sometimes...
Actually, it doesn't say merino. It just says Falkland.
Right.
Susie, I don't know what breed of sheep it is. It just says Falkland.
And the colourway is what's on your needles.
What's on your needles is the colourway. How cool is that?
And the feel... What I love about this is sometimes when you pick up a knitted product, it just feels like wool. This doesn't. This feels like more than wool.
And they just fit perfectly. This is the advantage, isn't it, to knitting something for yourself, because you can fit it perfectly. And when I was knitting them, actually, I thought, gosh, the hand looks really long. But, you know, they fit, my fingers are right at the top.
It's like little ropes.
It goes right to my thumb, because I don't like it where you get, you know, where it doesn't go here all the way down to the bottom of your thumb join. But they're just beautiful. And I have got plenty left over, as I showed you. Isn't it gorgeous? Susie's hand spun. If you ever get the opportunity to get any of Susie's...
Natural.
Yeah, Knit Natural, sorry, I should have said that. It's Knit Natural. She does have a shop.
Hold on a minute.
knitnatural.com.
Look.
Yeah.
I don't... There's no point doing this and showing this.
Is there not?
No.
Why?
I have a plan. A much better plan than telling people about how great it is.
What is your plan?
How about this? Susie Gawley. What's up your needles? Look who it is, everybody.
Look.
It's Susie Gawley. And look. Yes. She's waving. The Bankhead hat. And this is the Bankhead designer. But not only that, this is the person who spun and dyed this yarn.
I know.
Susie, it's my Polworth.
I didn't dye it.
Oh, didn't you?
Oh, you didn't dye it?
No.
Who dyed it?
A friend of mine did.
Well,
A friend of mine did.
They're brilliant. They're very good at dyeing.
Yeah.
It's very cool. This is, Susie, this is like my favourite hat of all time.
It is.
I really appreciate when I hear that, actually. I read that, and I've heard you guys say that, and I really appreciate it.
Well, this hat in particular, it's like karma, because because you spun this, didn't you?
I did, yes.
I mean, that for me, spinning, I've seen a few things on this now, and that for me is like total Jedi-ness.
Yeah, I've never tried it on a wheel. I've never tried it altogether on anything.
Do you love spinning?
Should.
No, I've never
I
spun.
do.
Yeah, I know, and I should.
How did you get into spinning and creating and?
Well, kind of just naturally with learning how to knit. Then I wanted to make my own yarn. And a good friend of mine, she taught classes, and I took every spinning class that she ever took.
Wow.
And I just fell in love with it.
So when did you learn? How long ago?
10 years ago, probably.
Wow. So you're properly experienced then.
Well, you are. It's the most amazing spun yarn. We've seen quite
thanks.
a lot, you know, and
just a bit.
We've seen quite a lot now, yeah. And yours is just, and I've still not knit with the Falkland that you sent me because I just can't.
I've been waiting.
I can't bring myself to do it. And look, another one. Oh, hang on.
I just changed.
I have another.
Scene change.
We have many Bankheads.
Susie, how? I need to know, right? This is like huge for me. This pattern, I've said before, it's like music. It just flows, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like it just happens, and suddenly you've got these amazing hats. How did you come up with the design?
I was just kind of making it up as I went along. I was really looking for something for men, but also unisex that women could wear. I was making a hat for my husband, and kind of was just making it up as I went along.
Right.
Something simple, but yet with a little bit of a design to it that had some interest.
That's exactly it, and I think that's why it's so addictive, because it's not like just a plain hat. Because you can get a bit bored, can't you? You know, there's something going on, and that's what you really love.
I mean, I will always, and one day, Susie, I know we will meet, but But there was, for me, when I first got hold of the bankhead, I wish I could go back in time, and I wish I'd had a camera on me when the bankhead pattern for me was when knitting became, oh my goodness, this is like amazing.
And then it was bankhead and hand spun. It was the two together, wasn't it?
Yeah, there is no other combination. When knitting a bankhead, don't even bother if the hand spun wasn't spun by Susie Gawley.
By Susie. Yeah.
I've got to say, Susie, actually, as well, I am really, really enjoying the speargrass.
I knit that one with handspun in mind.
Did
Right.
you? Maybe that's what I'll use mine for. That's a great idea.
Ah.
I might do that. Look, he's got another one.
They just keep coming.
I think I've only got
I
two.
have one that a friend knit for me out of my own handspun.
You do? Oh, I might have to do that now.
Totally.
And I love Falkland. I'm completely mad for Falkland.
You judge something, don't you? What do you do?
I judge wool fleeces, sheared off the sheep for people to buy.
Amazing.
Gosh.
How did you learn how to do that?
There is a great college in the next province over in Alberta called Olds College.
Right.
And they have a fibre week every year.
Right.
And the same friend that taught me how to knit and spin told me to, I've got to go to Olds. So I went to Olds and they had a wool judging class there. So I took the 2 levels to get my certification.
Wow.
And then I've been judging wool shows ever since across all 3 prairie provinces.
That's so amazing. We're not expecting you to give away any of your secrets, so I'm not going to ask, but I'd love to know, I'm sort of interested, I'd love to go and find out how it is you judge what is, you know, and when you're judging it, what do you do? Do you like, what's the grades?
Well, for the most important criteria when judging is to make sure a fleece is sound.
Right.
So if you take a lock and kind of pull it as tight as you can, you can kind of hear it pinging, or if you hear it crackling or breaking. Breaking is not necessarily a good thing, but the wool is still usable. You could use it for felting or stuffing. But that's the most important criteria. I look for characteristics specific to breed. I look for how it feels, how clean it is, because the more work that you have to do to clean it, the less likely people are interested in it. So a clean fleece, a large fleece gives you more wool, a sound fleece is most important.
Right. That's so interesting.
What's your favourite wool?
Yeah.
You must have a favourite.
I would say my favorite is probably BFL.
Oh, I love BFL.
But I also like Polworth as well.
You love Polworth, don't you?
And my love of Polworth is thanks to you.
The whole time he was knitting that hat, he was just like, I really love Polworth.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Seriously, I'm knitting away and like you know, an orange would come through, and then a green would come through, and then the way the yarn feels, and the way it looks, and the fabric it makes, and just everything about it, it's like, this is the best. It is. What now? Now this is cool, isn't it, folks? We can ask someone who knows how to judge fleece. Why is it? What makes Polworth good?
It's nice and soft.
Right.
It's in the fine wool category. It has a nice crimp to it, so it's quite elastic. And it's quite nice for baby items or next to skin items. It's similar to merino, and it takes dye really well. So a lot of dyers really like it because the colors seem to be a lot more vibrant.
Right.
That's so interesting. And do you know what? I think it's the next to skin thing that I think when you're knitting with it, I think you can feel that in it, and it's such a joy to knit with because of what you've just said, because it is good at next to skin.
Is it a strong fibre? Because I've got some that's like a sock yarn. Could you knit socks with it without any nylon in it? Is it quite strong?
You could knit socks with it. I don't ever want to say you can't knit with whatever you want. I really want people to use what they want to use, not what the rules say. But it won't last as long as, say, a BFL, which is a long wool, which has a bit more strength to it. But it would still be really great. I mean, for baby socks or kids socks, anything, I would say it would be fine. If you had some nylon in there to add to the strength, I think you'd be good.
How did you get into all this? Was there like a relative in your family that steered you, down this route? How did yarn and knitting and all the things that you do become so important and part of your life?
So my grandma taught me how to knit a long time ago. I never really kept at it. For some reason, I wanted to pick it up again, and I started knitting, and I discovered Ravelry. I met so many great friends on Ravelry that I hung out with. They inspired me so much. I wanted to create as much as I could. I wanted to knit anything I wanted to. I wanted to learn as much as I could. And then I just kind of fell down the rabbit hole from there, and I had to learn more. So I learned how to spin. Then I had to learn more about the sheep that I was spinning with. And who knows where it's going to go from here.
When did you design the bankhead?
I think it was 2012.
Wow!
Gosh.
That's amazing. I didn't realise actually that it was. I thought you were maybe going to say longer ago than that. I mean, when did I latch onto it? What year was it?
I found it for you. Dan had asked me. Dan asked me. He said, "Oh, I want to knit a hat." So I was doing what you said. I was looking for a hat for a man, and that's quite tricky, isn't it? There's not that many really. And I just sort of stumbled across your pattern, and I thought, well, that's perfect because it's got a little bit for him to do, but it's not complicated. He can manage that, and it's not, it's manly. And so I found it, and I printed it off, and straight away you were like, oh, this is great. This is great. I love this. The twisted rib. You were gone on the twisted rib, weren't you?
Every person that I've introduced it to says the same things. What I found as well is with the speargrass, the ribbing as well, to me, that had a real rhythm about it.
Because it flows.
I wanted it to line up with the rest of the pattern.
Yeah.
And I had to redo that a few times to make sure it looked okay.
I find it really interesting that I've knit 2 patterns now that you've done, and both of them have had the same type of feel. And what it is it's a musical type connection
You've said that a couple of times. Yeah.
You're not a musician, are you, Susie?
No.
Maybe secretly you are.
And you just don't know it.
What do you think? If
I can play the harmonica.
Can you? Can you honestly?
I can play one song on the harmonica.
That's impressive, though.
Yeah.
Susie, you need to show us what's off your needles.
Show us.
Well, let me see if I can get this. It's pretty big.
Oh,
I
wow.
finished these actually last night at the Saskatchewan Rough Rider football game that I went to with my husband.
Look at those! Look at those! Who are they for? They're not for you, are they?
You've got very small feet.
Who are they for?
I knit these. My sister's having a baby.
Oh!
They are for my sister. She's having a baby in October, so these are for him.
Oh!
And it's a boy. It's a boy.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's so great. They're so lovely.
What's
the yarn?
I know what the yarn is. Can I say? I think I know.
This is Croy sock yarn.
That's what I was going to say.
In the reg stripes.
Yeah.
They are just lovely.
They're so cute.
Now, do you always have lots of things on the needles, or are you more of a monogamous knitter?
Well, if you look at my Ravelry project page, I've started probably 100 things in my mind, so I'll put them on my project page. I usually have several things on the go. I can never stick to one thing.
No, I'm the same. I wish I could.
Do you have a favourite pattern?
A favorite pattern? I don't have a favorite pattern specifically, but I do love making shawls the most. Dan Jones, what's on your needles?
That's so great. I love it. Susie.
You're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe it.
It's a bankhead. Yes. This is...
That's awesome.
Yeah. This is, of course, my... what did I call it? It was a something double, because the yarn is Dreams in Fibre.
Yes.
And it's BB8.
It was a Susie Erica double.
Yeah, she knows.
Yes. Yes.
It's the Susie Erica double. Yes. So yeah, it's the BB8 yarn, which is really great, and it's hand spun.
Hand spun by Erica.
It's super lovely.
Superwash BFL.
I was looking for ages for the perfect project, and I was thinking I need to find something that I love as much as the bankhead, and I looked everywhere, and I'm thinking, and I thought, why am I trying to find something better than perfection. So I just thought, just stop procrastinating, you fool, and cast on a bankhead.
So that's what you did. But it was when you added the extras to your pattern. It was at that point, wasn't
Susie, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I saw you'd done that, and I went crazy. I was like, oh.
He did.
It was a long time coming.
No. I mean, the thing is, it was great before. We have to thank Susie so much for this, because it's like first thing, crack of dawn in the morning on Canada Day, and here she is. She's dragged herself out of bed to come to come and talk to us. And of course, here it's 4 o'clock, and actually the tea's on the go over there. We've got potatoes on the stove.
Yorkshire pudding.
Susie, there's the in fact, shall I show everybody?
The Yorkshire pudding?
Yeah, it's the biggest Yorkshire pudding you've ever seen. Get ready for this.
Yorkshire pudding?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
It's my favorite.
Oh,
it's so
really?
good.
Look.
Oh, man.
Yorkshire pudding.
This is as big as my face.
It is. It is. I made it earlier, so I just have to reheat it, because it reheats really well.
And I have a big face.
So good.
Well, Bryony loves it, and she would eat the whole thing, wouldn't she? Bryony would eat the whole thing if we let her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too.
Susie, but yeah, before we let you go, I'm trying to remember, how did we first connect? Did I just message you?
Yes. Yeah, you messaged me on Ravelry.
And I need to go back and look at that message, because I was like gushing.
Were you like, Susie, is it Susie?
Actually, I was excited too, because I didn't get a lot of messages like about Bankhead before you guys, so I'm just so appreciative, and I was really excited. It's like, my hat is on a podcast. This is so cool.
But then, I mean, it went crazy, didn't it? Was it last summer or the summer before? There was just like everywhere, and there was Kimmy and Sam. They ran a competition between me. Did you see it where we had to spot a bankhead? So you had to trawl Instagram, and if you found a bankhead before they did, you got a point.
You got a point, yeah.
And that really took off.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, there's quite a few people playing, and then of course, thanks to your bankhead, that's where the handbrake came from.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The other thing as well.
That is another great pattern.
Well,
Well.
So the respect goes to the Yoda of knitting.
Absolutely.
All hail Susie.
Yes.
You literally are. I hold you in the same esteem as Yoda.
As Yoda. That's something, isn't it? And it's actually probably a good job we don't live near you, because I absolutely would have stolen that suitcase of yarn.
Yeah, your suitcase.
That's okay. There's always more. There's always more.
Goodness.
There's always more yarn.
That was amazing.
So I think we need to let Susie go. Susie, thank you so much.
Thank you, Susie.
It's been
Thanks, guys.
beyond a thrill for me.
It has. He'll be talking.
We have to do this again.
Yes.
Well.
Last time it was about Kay. Yes,
What?
Kay, you love.
about me?
Last time, Susan B. Anderson.
Oh, Susan B. Anderson.
Yes.
Yeah, she's super lovely. Have you ever met her?
No, I've never met her.
No.
The first I saw her was watching your podcast.
Aww. She was super lovely, wasn't she?
Yeah, absolutely amazing. So Susan B. Anderson was very much about your idol, your knitting idols. Today, yes, it was my turn. So when Susie Gawley agreed to come on the show, I had a little dance in my office.
He did have a little dance. He did. It's very true.
So everyone, let's thank Susie so much. And Susie, thank you so much as well for being part of the Bakery Bear News, the other issue.
Yes.
That was so cool.
No problem.
And please keep creating amazing yarn like this.
Yes.
And amazing patterns like the bankhead. And we will we'll see you hopefully in person next time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be nice.
So let's
That
say bye
would
to
be
Susie,
cool.
everyone. Yeah. Bye, Susie.
I'll come to you guys.
Yeah. Thanks, Susie. Bye.
How amazing was that? We got to sit down on Canada Day with Yoda, the Yoda of knitting. And I've got to say, I was just hooked with all the, and that's what inspired Kay actually to cast these on and get them knit.
Yes.
I was so hooked with finding out about what makes a good fleece, what makes a good wool, why is one wool different to another wool, and the crack, finding out about the crack and all of that, and that for me
is fascinating.
So fascinating. What an amazing lady. And the yarn that she produces.
Lovely lady, Susie.
Now, you didn't just go off on some sort of trip there when you were watching that. The hats had green in them. So I know they sort of looked a bit hippie-ish and a bit sort of 1970s. Well, the problem was we were green screening to put ourselves in Susie's house. I completely forgot about the green in the hats.
Yeah.
And so the hats became a little bit see-through. So apologies for that. Susie, thank you so much.
Thank you, Susie.
What a legend.
It was just such a lovely chat. Really, really enjoyed it.
Who knows who's coming next? We know, and it's exciting.
We do know, and the person knows, and I'm so excited.
I think it's time.
Well, almost. I just wanted to talk for 1 second about what I do with my leftover handspun. I've got a whole bag of different leftover handspuns here that we've knit hats and mittens and all sorts with. There's a lot of fondant fibre. These ones I think are fondant fibre. I think this one's fondant fibre. And what I really love to do, I think I said this before, but I really love to make the hearts, the Gnome is where the heart is pattern, by lovely Susan Claudino, out of my leftover handspun, and that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start knitting some of those hearts because I want to make some as gifts for this Christmas. So I've got a whole bag of handspun, and that's what I'm going to start doing.
Beautiful. It's time for the endy bits.
Yes.
And they're going to be concise endy bits because this has been a long-running episode.
Ooh, something happened.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. So, prizes.
Yes, I haven't got a lot of endy bits, but we'll talk briefly about the knit along, and we're still gathering in loads of prizes. I've got a couple more since we last spoke. Lovely Heidi, who is HNick, HNICK on Ravelry. She's got a whole host of beautiful sock patterns, and she's very kindly donated 3 sock patterns for our knit along. So go and have a look at her patterns. It's HNick on Ravelry. They're fantastic, really, really gorgeous patterns. And then lovely Jenny at Owl About Yarn sent a parcel to us, and she included in the parcel some lovely stitch markers that she's made, and she said we could use them as a prize. Look at the little elephants. They're really cute. So thank you, Jenny. That's really, really kind. And they will go into the sock knit along prize pot too.
Nice.
Yes.
Anything else?
I don't think so. I think
cool.
That's all. I haven't bought any yarn.
Oh no.
These past couple of weeks, so
the Baker Bears Lego Journey will be back next time. We've had to cut it this time just because there's been so much going on in the podcast. So it will be back next time, and what I'll do next time is I'll try and squeeze in 2. So you'll see 2 of our Lego projects from years past. So thank you so much for watching episode 53.
Thank you,
It's
everybody.
a momentous few weeks for us here at Bakery Bears, and the patrons know why.
Yes.
Yes, there's lots going on, and all super exciting. We've just had another consultant's visit as well, which
which is always stressful.
And we speak about it before, and we won't dwell on it long at all. But mentally, it's just sent me on a right down there.
It's just every 3 months, obviously Dan has a checkup, and that's fantastic. That they keep such a close eye on him. But every 3 months, we have to go back to the hospital, and it just churns up, all those thoughts, and he has to have blood tests and X-rays and scans, and it takes it out of you, doesn't it? And it kind of takes us a few days to sort of come back out of it, and we're still kind of in the middle of that, yeah.
But it's been wonderful, though, to sit down with you guys and start the grand final knit or forfeit.
That was fun. I enjoyed it because I was great.
Now it's time to
start. Am I allowed to say that?
Yes. Now it's time to start planning for our first Harry Potter visit, so we're going to go away and get on with that. Patrons, we will see you next week on Tuesday for the next part of the 10-stitch blanket tutorial, and we'll see you on Thursday for a knit along with Kay with the Holbrook.
Yes.
Which we were due to do this week, but we put out 2 little special videos instead.
We did.
Yes. And of course you'll know what they are already. So thanks so much for watching, and time to get excited now for Harry Potter. Yay! See you. Yeah.
Oh, we nearly said it together.
That would have been so cool. Let's try it.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Who's it sitting and knitting? Stan and Kay, the bakery bread. take you to fabulous places of which their favorites they'll share. You better buy a pattern, get yourself a bakery bear. You'll find yourself in a castle watching the bakery bears. It never feels like a hassle to sit and watch the bakery bears. What's on your shelf or what's in your